Since I've been gone like Kelly, they been trying to tell me about this and that. I ain't chatting with you, we ain't going tit for tat. Trying to tell me how to get in the bag, we're going to get in the bag, I'm about to get in it. I'm like, better get a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just want to know that I can hold a conversation.
Ah, yes, nothing quite like Buffalo in January as we welcome you inside a snowy Bills Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills. Fielded in the end zone, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Now the first carry for Zach Moss. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Now a handoff here to his running back. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. So the shotgun snap to Allen. That's complete to Moss out of the backfield. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play.
Matt Hawk in punt formation.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after them.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
A pass there complete to Sutton. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Now, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through.
Bills 7, Broncos nothing.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Stephon Diggs. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Taron Johnson made the stop.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back to throw now on first down. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. Escaping the pressure right. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Allen. And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. To throw on 3rd down. Allen. Man open, it's Moss, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
Check, 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 check.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Bills will extend their lead.
For the extra point.
Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a look.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off near the 42. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. To throw, it's Allen. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. 21-0 our score after 1.
First quarter with the score Bills 21, Broncos 0.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 44 the mark. 44 the mark. Check, check. I'm coming for you. You might.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Bills will add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Going to give this time to the tailback. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all, and you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And he's got a man open. That's Marshall. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Broncos.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well. He's been right.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays. I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side. He gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field, and they find each other for the completion.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be down close to the 1st down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 32. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a 1st down. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the 1st down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away their confidence.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Taken down. That's
just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts, and still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Bass is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Line 36. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And my goodness, another interception. Teron Johnson able to pick it. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
2nd and 10 at the 2-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
He's checking. Crash. Shoot. 56.
From his end zone on 3rd and long, Allen. Flush to his right. And that's complete to Marshall on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Jacob Hollister, the one he was looking for. But it's going to be second down.
2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing again. Allen. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble.
46-yard line.
A final shot before half for Allen. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. They were looking for Marshall that time, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Like 22, he's coming.
Looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Out of the gun now on third down. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 42. And he'll take it across midfield and down the 48-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to second and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Allen's throw is complete, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Brings up third.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe some.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bills head on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. It was Teron Johnson that time who had that play covered from the start.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But
and my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. Calling an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Switch it, come on, switch it.
Now they try the right side here. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Bills 52. Broncos.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22.
Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
And they'll run the end around here with Judy. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
At the 33-yard line.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 16. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Flush to his right. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Buying time to his left. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. This has been a long drive. You know that defense, they're craving to get off the field. They were able to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
Yeah, and on the offensive side of the ledger, they were thinking about how do we punctuate this drive with 6, right? Make it an exclamation point. Instead, you got to put a question mark next to this drive now after the fumble, even though they recovered it.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. In that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Steps away, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Bills are going to get the football back. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Bradley Chubb.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
By the Bills.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense is they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Bills, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Denver, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And the playoffs will run through their house as they'll get the week off and get set to host a divisional round game in 2 weeks' time. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.